Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Here we go. We got part 6 of this bobber build. Today's going to be unboxing day. I've got parts coming in like the bukus. We got the first one showed up today. This is one was by UPS. I've got another one I know showing up today by the post office. I'm going to mount you up on the tripod. We're going to see what did I get in today. Well, alright. So far I went ahead through. I've just cut open and removed the packing list and clothes. I'm not going to open that yet because I'm kind of curious. I know roughly what I ordered, but it makes every day like Christmas in the shop. So here we go, and I'm hoping this is one of the main items I really wanted for this bike. And looks like, I guess it helps cut all the tape loose. Let's see. Oh, wow. Well, looks like I got the bars in. Exactly kind of what I was going for. These are 7/8 12-inch chrome ape hangers. They've got a lot of pullback on them. I was hoping for something a little bit more different than what the little ram horns I have. Check the box, we ain't got nothing special in there. I'll throw that out for the cat to play with. Well, you know what? Let's see kind of what they're going to look like. Well, I was sitting there, pulled them out the pack. Still got the little sock, I guess the little protector. You notice they're not too far off from the ram horns that came stock on this bike. It's just, I don't know, like, the ram horns themselves, even though these things look close, there was something about it. I figured a little bit higher couldn't hurt. I mean, you see there's not much difference between the two, but I believe just a little taller bar would make this bike stand out a little bit more. It is chrome. I was going to order the black, but the chrome itself was actually cheaper, and I couldn't believe that. So I got thinking, I was like, well, if nothing else, if I wanted the black real bad, could always just paint them. I mean, it's not going to hurt nothing. Just take, I won't scuff them or nothing. What I would do, take some Rust-Oleum black, just shoot them, so that way in the future, if I ever wanted to go back chrome, all I have to do is take some very fine sandpaper, pull the paint off, and it shouldn't hurt the chrome that's underneath. Could always go back to chrome bars. I'm not sure if you can tell much detail from where I got the camera position, but like these ram horn style, or I guess stock apes, I don't know what you want to call them, they've got their rust, it's got them here and there, but I don't know, there was something about them I just didn't really care for. I think these suckers are going to look nice. You know what, let's go ahead and put them on. It's not going to hurt nothing. That way I can double check some other stuff, see how it's going to fit on here proportional wise. I guess first thing is start removing all this hardware. Once I got the hardware stripped and pulled back, I could figure out if I'm going to have to lengthen wires, cables, etc. Let me get some tools out and we'll get started with that. Alright, I guess first we're going to try to break these loose. Now I know my buddy said he put them back on, so we're going to try with the T-handles first. Whoa. I don't know if he decided to Loctite these suckers or they were just rusty as anything. So, yeah, see, there you go. I'm guessing what happened when the original owner did it, and he did it too. They only loosened the bottom one, and the top one remained kind of locked in place. Well, there we go. That's loose. Simple little, I don't even know what size this is. These had sizes at one time. I guess this is 5mm. Little T-handle set, purchased Harbor Freight. Come in handy for this. As far as removing the throttle handle, it should have 2 screws up underneath. They're normally diagonal to each other, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to bore you with playing with a screwdriver. It's basically the same thing. Let me see where we're at frame-wise. It's basically going to be the same exact thing for your clutch. You're going to have 2 of these. Now I know for a fact I broke this one loose not long ago because I had to readjust it when I took it for that test drive. I believe video number 3. Didn't like the way it sat, so this one, the top one, was already broke loose. So both of them are broke loose, and now what I got to do is also come up under here. There's a screw here, and there should be one diagonal, of course. There's normally 2 to 4 screws depending on what model. Normally, I believe 2 is going to be the case. I'll go ahead, break those other ones loose. We'll do that one, this one. Then we're going to have fun trying to get these center ones. The center ones are kind of tight, so I'll go ahead and definitely knock them out, and I'll get right back with you once I loosened everything. Alright, what I'm doing now, try not to get up in the shot, had to go through and find the T-handle that would fit. This is a 6mm. Now, 6mm, you got to kind of walk it in there. Be very careful when you're messing with these hex bolts, because you could strip one of these suckers out very easily. And you see, I'm just trying to find the position, get it rocked in there nice and tight. And they make different, oh, there we go. Like if you notice, I've taken this one out to get these bars for everything to come loose easily. Well, let's just leave that one right there. Actually, I skipped ahead a step, and the reason I'm going to explain this, let me tighten that back up here. If you notice, let me get y'all guys in the shot. Sorry about that, guys. If y'all notice, all this stuff's loose, but the problem I'm going to have is getting this grip off. I got thinking about it for a split second. I was like, well, man, how did my buddy get all this stuff on? I don't know if I told y'all on part 1, the owner that he got it from, the guy was trying to build this into a bobber, took a piece of conduit, not even close to 7/8. They ran it across as a straight bar with duct tape in the center of the clamps, and duct tape everywhere where any of this 7/8 stuff would have had a hold. And what his theory was to build it a hair fatter so everything would clamp. So that out of the way, I got wondering, how did my buddy put all this stuff on without removing like this the left side grip? Thought about it quickly. I know him well as anybody else. Instead of working harder, work smarter. So what we're going to do, take off, just undo both bolts, spin them off. Let's see, there we go. Take off, that's the whole master, I'm sorry, not master, well it is, I guess this would be the clutch master. Oop, that did not help. But basically take it off, put this, we're going to put all this stuff right back in it so we don't lose the little bolts, because that would help ruin a day having to go to the hardware store. And try to replace some of this. Next, since basically we got it nice and easy, 2 screws. Take this one out. These 2 are diagonal to each other. For your throttle, they're actually right across from each other. See, it's got some good bit of rust on there. But, there we go. Comes apart. Looks like it's going to be the choke. There's going to be the choke piece still hooked up. Slide the choke cable out. And for right now, I'm not using my choke because there is a piece that's actually, I believe, missing in my carb. So what I'm going to do for right now is not worry about it. So we'll just unhook it there. It's loose. Drop this. Alright, just let it carefully hang, not chip up paint. And basically what I'm going to do is once now that this is loose, come back, loosen it up, and I believe that he told me he went forward, and that should be about right. There we go. Slide 1 off, slide 2 off, and we'll let that hang as well. Being very careful. And let's see if I can get y'all back in here. Now we got these ugly stock bars off. Now we can go through. Oops. Now remember, like I said, these are kind of tight, so you might have to rock out your Allen wrench before you get it all the way past the last thread. And don't do that. You really don't want to drop your tools on your new paint. I feel under the weather today, but I figured I'd go ahead and do this. I'll be right back with y'all guys. What I'm going to do is finish taking these last 3 out. Go ahead and pull these bars. I'll stick the new bars on there, and I'll be right back with y'all guys. Well, alright. Changing out bars, you're going to run into simple problems. The major problem that you're going to run into is your cables and stuff are going to end up being too short, depending on what size bar. Now, I went with 12s. I wanted that little higher look. I felt like it would give me a little bit better control. It's very close width-wise, but it actually feels like it's pulled the bars out a little bit to give you a little bit better control. Now, like you've noticed, I've got my front brake master on here. But the only thing is I don't like my master sitting down at an angle as far as the grip. I like it a little bit more straighter. Just flatten it out, basically come through as a flat plane. This needs to come up a couple, I don't know, quarter-inch, give or take. The major problem I'm finding is that so far my front brake, the hydraulic line, is too short. And this needs to be approximately, I don't know, I like a little bit extra wiggle room. I would say 4 to 5 inches. So what I would do is, what I'm thinking about doing is go ahead and order one. We'll go ahead and add, be on the safe side, we're going to go ahead and order 5 to 6 inches longer. The internet's a very good, useful source. I found many companies that make these. This is a simple banjo style. There's nothing there's nothing different about it than any other banjos. Banjo fittings as far as the lines. At the bottom, let me see. The bottom one is just it has just a hair of a degree to it, so it's not flat like this one. I've got the paperwork in my truck. I'll go ahead and measure out my total length, measure out the diameter of the bolt, everything that the form requires. Get on the internet and fill it in. Go ahead and order that. I don't think it's more than 20 bucks. They'll custom make it. I can pick the color, whatever I want. Now, if you notice my throttle sitting right down here, looks like I would need approximately about another 3 inches, give or take. So with that, there's several things I can do. I can go ahead and order the little bit longer line and just rerun 2 new lines, no big deal. Or there's a possibility I could reroute it and give myself that little bit of room. The reason what I say about rerouting, let me move y'all guys just a hair. Let's drop y'all down. And what I'm saying about it is, right down here, the 2 lines come, they go from the handle, they come around, they go around the front of the neck, and then come down to meet up right here. Now, I could take it loose from the carburetor. I could take it loose from here, and reroute it maybe some sorts and come maybe up under the engine. But I'm going to go ahead and do this the proper way since I'm trying to do this completely right the first time. It's time to go ahead and order some, and I'll add probably, I don't know, for them, probably 6 inches as well. It's best to give yourself some kind of wiggle room and not chance it on going too short with the lines. So I think for today, for this part of the clip, we're going to go ahead and call this done. I need to do some measuring, some whatnot, go ahead and order some parts and go from there. So we'll stay tuned in my clips. I'm going to add one more as soon as it shows up. Alright guys, just quick, I couldn't go in until I just had to figure it out. If you notice, I've got the master for my clutch, I've got the switch in. I was actually very lucky and fortunate. What I did is, since I had when I got the different carb off the 84, I had the way I routed the clutch cable, the choke cable. I got lucky, so I went ahead and installed that. So all my electronics are up here. I had plenty of wiring. Same thing with the other side. I'll have plenty to do 12-inch ape hangers. And what I did for the clutch line, I had to break the bender bolt loose, and I kind of just rerouted it. It came originally, the way it came would have been through the front and up, and it was made it too short. So what I did was I just took it and brought it to the inside straight up. That was gave me everything able to mount that. So let's kind of go ahead and see what we got here. Well, this guy completely taped this thing all nuts. This is something I've been waiting on. I'm hoping this is going to work. And let's see if my eBay find is going to pan out. And the thing is with older bikes, what you're going to find is some parts are either obsolete or just incredibly hard to find. I called a motorcycle salvage yard up in Tifton, Georgia, I believe, and they were kind of sorry. They took my information down and couldn't even get a hold of me to let me know what they had. They even check on the parts, so I was just like, you know what, screw them. eBay's the way to go. Alright, just drop all that package, and what I've got is a chrome cup. It needs to be polished up, but the biggest thing is, let's see if it works. What this is going to be for the tachometer. I want the original tach because it has a heat gauge, kind of provides you with vitals on your engine, and it fits. Look at that. Fits. Now the only thing you'll notice is the tab coming off the bottom is broke. What I'm going to do is just make me a tab. It probably added some ABS plastic or something. I'll show that as I get to it. I know the tach works. Now I've got a cup. With a cup now that I have for it. Sorry for getting out of frame. Let's see. So basically, I'm able to set it up, mount it back here, and it gives you that little bit of chrome and the engine vitals that are necessary when you're riding. I'm going to go ahead and post this video, guys, because the one thing I did find when you're going to 12-inch apes on a bobber project, the front brake line, I am going to have it extended by probably 5 or 6 inches, give me some height. And I'm going to go ahead and order a push and pull cable for this, and everything else should mount up after that. Then I can go in and adjust these bars to the final to see where I like them as far as rideability. And so we'll get to that when we get to it. I appreciate y'all guys watching. This is a little thing of just unboxing some new parts coming in. The main thing I'm still waiting on is my seat and my custom grips that I had on another bike that I wanted on this one. So guys, always please rate, subscribe, comment down below. And as always, give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching.